Well, welcome back. It is the October edition of our Love Cape Ann update. I'm Ken Riehl, CEO of the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce. And back with me today is, and a guest, is who, Tony?
I am Tony Apienza. I'm one of the co-owners of the Blue Shutters Beachside Inn on Good Harbor Beach, and I'm also the 2020 board president.
Welcome back, Tony. And a new face.
Hi, I'm Sara. I'm Sara Bowen. I'm the new events director for the Cape Ann Chamber, and I come from New Hampshire originally, and I have about 10 years of event experience. I recently moved back to Cape Ann from Southern California, so I'm very excited to be working for the community I have grown up with and that I love dearly. So I'm excited to be here and get to know all of you.
Well, welcome, Sara.
Thank you.
It's great to have you part of the team, and you're getting a feel for all of the events that we do in this crazy pandemic world in which we now live. Everything, of course, is very different, and the chamber, does so many events and is so well known for our events that it's just a tremendously challenging time, especially with that aspect of our mission. But you're doing a terrific job, and we're really glad to have you as part of the team. And we'll talk a little bit about some important events that we have upcoming in October. But before we do that, why don't we quickly touch on September? Seems like a whirlwind, but not just over a month ago was our big move. We are now located at 24 Harbor Loop, and on the corner of Rogers and Harbor Loop, right across from Walgreens Plaza here in Gloucester. And just love our new location, and that the feedback has been just terrific from the community. What are you hearing on that, Tony?
Yeah, I was talking to some of the folks who are manning the visitor center at the new chamber offices, and they were saying that we've been getting a steady stream of folks who are coming in just to get information. It's a beautiful visitor center. Anybody who has a few moments and is in the neighborhood, and it's right there on Harbor Loop at the corner of Harbor Loop and Rogers Street, stop in and take a look for yourself. It's fantastic, and people are starting to recognize it, and it comes at a good time. We're still having plenty of visitors to Cape Ann, and now we have a place to kind of point them in the right direction.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be here and to be able to welcome visitors. It is not as busy as it would normally be this time of year, of course, but we still get many visitors in every single day, and are staffing to our regular hours. We're 9 to 5 during the day and are open on the weekends, both Saturday and Sunday, to support our visitors and our members, and have done a lot of walkthroughs in the new space, especially for our members, and it's just such a pleasure to be able to do that. The chamber team continues to work in shifts. So typically we have 2 people. Right now it's Sara and myself back in the staff area, and just 1 person up front, really trying to keep it to minimal staff here, and the rest of the team is working from home, and we shift in and out depending on the day. So it's just a sign of the times where we are, and we'll continue to do that for as long as need be.
One other point, Ken, I just want to make before we move on from the new offices is, you're right. We're still in post-COVID time, so there's not a lot of face-to-face meetings. But when we get out of this, there's a fantastic community collaboration center at the chamber as well. The conference room, which is right off of the visitor center, is going to be a great spot for anyone in the community who's looking to have meetings when we can have meetings again. And I think that's going to be an important part of where we are going forward. So can't wait for that day to happen.
Yeah, it's a really nice benefit for our members and for the community as a whole to be able to use that space. We're thrilled to be able to offer it. The September was a whirlwind. Other than that, in settling into our new space, we are starting to do networking events again. We're doing them in the morning, so we're calling them Coffee and Connections, and we have to do them online. And so we did our first one in September, and we actually have another one coming up very shortly on the 1st of October. And we're really encouraging our members to participate in that and to share your stories. Tell us what's going on. Tell us how you're working through this pandemic. and let us help to connect you to other members and to get your story out, so others can see what you're doing with your business and in your personal lives.
Yeah, the virtual meetings that we started back early in the sort of COVID experience were really valuable. I mean, I attended every one of them, and just to see the questions and the concerns that were being shared and the experiences that were being shared amongst members of the community was truly invaluable. And we kind of let that play out a little bit, when we had given under control, and we were sort of back to semi-normal. But we also realized that it could be a great service going forward to kind of give people an opportunity to get together on a virtual basis right now. And so we're looking forward to the meeting on the 21st and going forward with these. So I encourage anybody just to check in. It's quick and simple and easy, and I think you'll get a lot out of it.
Yeah. And it's been so encouraging and inspiring to see how the Cape Ann business community has reacted to this pandemic. Almost all of our businesses are open and are working through this, and many, especially the hospitality businesses, have adapted incredibly well to make their business work, including, of course, yourself, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Who showed us beachside inn. I think you said you actually had a pretty good summer, which
we did. The fantastic weather and the summer cooperated quite a bit, but while we lost some regular visitors who couldn't travel here because they were coming from other parts of the United States or Canada, what we saw was a lot of new faces, people who were more local, or even Western Massachusetts and things like that. And every single person who came just had a great Cape Ann experience. Despite the challenges of face masks and social distancing, I think people came and had their spirits were lifted by their time on Cape Ann. So that was very encouraging to us. And Ken makes a good point. These Coffee and Connections meetings we're going to have is going to be an opportunity for all of us to kind of share these kind of experiences, to talk about what we learned coming through this whole COVID experience and where we're going forward. So again, I encourage everybody to take advantage of this, join us, and help tell your story and help others in the community, in doing so.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. So let's talk about October. We actually do have a big fundraiser in October, and even a bigger one in November. And maybe Sarah, I'll give you the opportunity to say a few words.
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
Let's start out with our big game.
So our big game is on October 15th. So that's our $25,000 game, where we do give away $25,000 worth of prizes. So you can get your tickets online. It is $100 per ticket, and we do have 50/50 raffle tickets available for sale here at the Chamber. So the drawing will be on October 15th via Facebook Live. So do tune in to see if you're one of the lucky winners. So it's 12 different prizes. So it's going to be a really exciting night. So again, $25,000 worth of prizes. So it's a pretty big night for us.
Yeah.
For all of our contestants.
Huge. It's the biggest
anything to add?
on Cape Ann.
Yeah, on Cape Ann. And then later on in the month, into November, we have our big annual auction, our Love Cape Ann fundraising auction. So this will be between November 16th and the 28th, so about 2 weeks long. And we will be fundraising through several different donations. So do tune in to see if there's any auction items that tickle your fancy, and do some holiday shopping and just have fun with it. We're really excited to fundraise for Cape Ann, and a portion of the proceeds will actually be going to COVID-19 efforts, to businesses on Cape Ann who have been most impacted. So it is a really great cause, and so we're excited to kick it off.
Awesome. Thank you for that update. And especially the auction is so important as our largest fundraiser. A lot of people don't realize, or maybe forget, that the Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit. And this year, especially as a membership-based organization, our bottom line is not good, along with a lot of other, especially other nonprofits in the area and hospitality businesses. And And it's important that we do well as possible with this fundraiser. And we're so thankful to our members who donate, some sort of item as part of this auction or participate in the auction in some way. There are incredible items that will be donated and available for sale, including trips and adventures from almost all of our local attractions. Many room nights, including the famed Blue Shutters Beachside Inn, will be available, and a lot of other of our accommodations. We'll have some exotic trips. The South African safari, which my wife and I did 2 years ago, and can attest it was an incredible experience, including doing Cape Town as part of that. Tuscany, and then a lot of sporting events and art. There is going to be a lot available, and it's neat too, because when our members donate, it's an opportunity to promote your business, because we put all of those donations online, and we give recognition to our donors for their incredible generosity, as well as our sponsors of the event, and make sure that our sponsors are really well promoted as incredibly supportive of our mission.
And speaking to that, Ken, I think something that's really unique with this year's auction, because given the current environment, of course, we're pivoting and transitioning to everything being online. So this auction will be virtual. But one thing that we really want to do is express our mission and share our mission through member testimonials. So that will be something that will be very unique this year, is throughout those 2 weeks, you're going to hear stories of how the Chamber has helped assist your friends in the community, your partners, your business partners. So it's going to be really informational and just exciting and inspiring. So you'll hear some stories that maybe you haven't heard from your neighbors. So I hope everyone learns a little bit.
Yeah, that's a great point, Sarah. The auction is one of the most popular events that the Chamber has year in and year out. But this year, because of COVID, we had to be creative, and it was really interesting. I've been part of the planning sessions here to see how we're sort of attacking that. And I think it's an opportunity for more people on Cape Ann to actually experience the auction, see what you've been missing all these years. And I love the idea of kind of focusing on Cape Ann stories. You'll hear some of that. And it's also a lot of the items that we're making available to the auction, are being sort of presented with COVID in mind as well. So it's definitely something worth experiencing. So I hope everybody takes advantage of this. Keep an eye out for the news on that and the details. And one last thing on the 25 on the big game. It's amazing to see the response to that. I mean, I tried to pick up a couple of tickets yesterday when they were going like hotcakes. So not only is it a great way to support the work that's happening in the community and support the Chamber, it's great odds. I mean, there's only a limited amount of tickets, and chance that you walk away with something is pretty good. So if you haven't gotten a ticket, act quickly, act now, because they're going fast.
Exactly, and so the odds are better than 1 in 100 to win, because actually it's a heck of a lot better than that. So there's 12 chances to win and 500 tickets sold. So someone do the math. It's better than 1 in 50. It's pretty darn good odds to win something, as well as we're offering some door prizes, which are fun, and the 50-50 raffle, which is always a lot of fun. So it's going to be a good event. And yes, it'll be Facebook Live. I thank Corey Kukuru again at Bridge Cape Ann for helping us with that. And you can check out the Facebook Live link if you haven't seen that. It's on the CapeAnnChamber.com website. Back to the auction. Another element that I think you briefly touched on, Sarah, is for the first time we're actually going to be giving some of our proceeds back. And again, the theme of the auction is our mission focus this year, which is the pandemic and supporting the businesses and community through the pandemic, and as part of that is to set aside some of the proceeds and to be able to give that back to the businesses who are most in need right now. So that's a unique aspect of that event for us, and something that we're really excited to be able to do. Other than that, we are in the publications business, and we are starting to ramp up our 2021 publications. The Chamber does 260,000 pieces in print every single year with our maps and our Cape Ann guide. And so that is starting to come together right now as we'll start to work on those pieces. And we are going to go to print early in the new year to get those pieces out in 2021. And then lastly is the holidays. Very different than ever before, just like all of our events, but there will be some holiday work and events on Cape Ann, and Sara and I are just starting to talk about what that could look like right now in each of our 4 communities. So stay tuned for that. We're not going to have the big crowds this year that we normally do, watching Santa come in and on parade. But we also will celebrate, and there will be great opportunities to shop local and to support our local business community through the holiday season.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see the way we've adapted these past 6 or 7 months here now to, COVID times, and I have no doubt that, we'll find a way to celebrate the holidays together, in a safe and fun way. So I'm anxious to see how that comes about. One more point on, Ken mentioned the publications. We go through a lot of these every year here at the Blue Shutters, the maps and the guides. This year, probably more than ever, because so many new faces who had not been here before. And so it's a great way to kind of tell the community, tell the visitors, I should say, and the community about the work that we're doing here on Cape Ann. So I definitely would take advantage of that. And I just want to mention there is one more event coming up on October 14th. So it's the day before the big game. We've been working with Discover Gloucester and folks in Rockport and other communities from the tourism standpoint on sort of understanding what our experiences have been for the past, through these past couple months, and what we're planning going forward. So there's been individual meetings of, different parts of the tourism community, accommodations, restaurants, arts and culture, retail, and all that's going to come together in a little bit of a roundup on October 14th. So you'll be seeing more information on that. It'll be a webinar that will sort of represent some, the voices of those of us in the tourism community who are kind of looking ahead to hopefully better times. So watch for that on October 14th.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Sara. Any parting words?
No, I'm just excited to be here, and I'm excited to be involved. So
we're thrilled to have you. And
I'd like to welcome Sara too. She's been a great resource. I think I met her first at our golf tournament a couple of months ago, and tell you, it's an interesting time, and I think it's great to have you on board to help us through this and plan some of these important events for the Chamber and the community. So welcome.
Thank you. It's been a warm welcome, so thank you.
Well, thank you both, and thank you all, and we will be back in touch a month from now talking about the great things that we did in October and what the holidays are shaping up to be. Until then, be safe and be well.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.